Greetings, friends, family, and survivors. Okay, DC generator test number 2. I did try using a PWM charge controller because the voltage coming off the military generator is pretty clean. I can set it right at 28 volts, and this one doesn't like it. It must put some RF out or something. So this is really only designed for solar or wind or hydro doing a diversion load. But I thought I'd try it. It regulates it fine. It does everything it's supposed to, but it shows a fault. So I went back to the one I built years ago. I didn't hook the data logger up to it. Don't really need one because I've got one here. But how this works is when it gets to a certain voltage drop, that solenoid closes. And then when it gets to the set point voltage for so many minutes or hours, whatever you set it, for instance, if I get to my 28.1 for 1 hour, it will open circuit. And then all I need to do is add a auxiliary contact off of one of those. There's a place there, I think this third one down here, there's a place to run an auxiliary contact and a small solenoid that'll drop the coil on the engine, and that would automate the system completely. But right now it's being load tested. We're at 40 amps. Oops, before I touched it, we were at 40 there, 41.4 at 28 volts. And the solar right now is completely off, and the well is running, so we're in a negative right now. So that's pretty impressive. That's what we want it to be able to do. We want to be able to run the DC generator and charge batteries directly without using the inverter chargers. Just another way to charge on a homestead. One is none and two is one, as they say. It's going to get loud. So this is a twin cylinder. It's got about a 90-pound rotating mass. It's 68 vintage, 28 volt. It's a 1500 watt. It was new, never been in service. I bought it for $150. This is the cold weather model where it can pick up cold air right off the oil pan on the bottom with that little valve there, and it pumps hot air into the intake if you're in Arctic conditions, which that could happen here. And I like this because it has a air-fuel ratio mixture right here for your altitude adjustment. Then it has a idle air mixture screw here. So should be super efficient. I've got a flex pipe coming so I can run it through the wall right there, just like we did on this guy, on this military generator, this diesel. So my total investment so far is $150 for this, and I bought it 2 years ago. I saw it and I said, well, I've got everything to hook it up. I probably don't need it, but I can see a definite advantage in being able to charge batteries directly without going through the inverter charger. Because this is a 4,000 watt Yanmar diesel MEP16D, super fuel efficient. I built a tank for it, and it's got a gauge, so it's half full right now. It's got a water separator, fuel filter, runs beautifully. But if I'm charging the batteries, I typically put about 1,500 watts on the batteries, and the rest of the power passes through to run the house loads. Well, if I use just the DC generator, I can put 1500 watts directly on the batteries, and the house just continues to run on the inverters. So 2 different ways to do it. Thought it was worth the test for $150, and I'd have another backup to charge batteries if something went down with the other generators that I have. I think I have a 4400 watt inverter generator and a 5000 watt generator. The diesel, which is my favorite, the thing I don't like about it the most is it's really noisy. And then at the other homestead, we've got a 24 horsepower Yamaha, which is just an amazing machine, but man, does it drink the fuel. So fuel efficiency is what I'm after. Last winter, I think it was a pretty bad winter, and I think I used about 10 gallons of diesel. Yep, that's a lot. Anyway, that's an old propane tank from a motorhome. And I thought, well, that'll be just perfect. I could modify that for a diesel tank, and that would work really good. I probably need to sanitize this line a little bit. That's the return line from the fuel injector. But this one's electric start. The one in the shop is electric start. This one is a pull cord start. So this happens to be 2-inch. And so I ordered a 2-inch ID exhaust flex pipe for $23 with clamps. So that should make that work pretty good. And I did run some conduit the lazy way. I could have gone all the way down under the house, but I didn't want to. So I'm just going to have Carol paint this, and it won't stand out so much. I just went right into the solar shed right here. I need to caulk that today before bugs get in there. So I've been waiting 2 years to experiment with this. It's been so busy here, it just never seemed to make sense to mess with it. But I had a couple of days to see whether it was even reasonable to try to run it. So I think it would work as a primary, and certainly will work as a backup. So it looks like the fire is out, although they still have tankers. And I think I saw 15 people come down off the mountain last night. Looked like one hand crew and a tanker came down last night, and a tanker went up this morning. So they're still up there, and it's just on the other side of that right there, and that's only, well, that's a quarter of a mile from me, but I think the fire was actually another quarter of a mile past that. So about a half mile from us. But we got a pretty good rain this morning with this morning's lightning. A pretty good thunderstorm. Be more thunderstorms this afternoon and tonight. And now there's a fire right on the other side of Swan Lake Ridge. Right up there. Lightning, but it's 1.5 acres, and they jumped right on it. So that's the wonderful thing about not having major fires already, because we've had a really good winter and Oregon is out of drought. And that means when we get our June, July thunderstorms, there's resources to jump right on those fire starts. If you have major fires, there's no resources to jump on this stuff because they're all being used. So this is a real blessing, having a wet year, a lot of snow, a lot of rain, and out of drought. That is thank you, Lord. We appreciate it. Hope everybody's doing well. Have a very blessed day.